Okay. So close your Chromebooks. We need to do the word problems. All right, so this says the area of a triangle, close your Chromebook, is given by the formula area equals 1/2 base times height, where b is the base and h is the height. So we're going to first solve the formula for h, and then once we get the formula rearranged for h, we're going to answer part b. So if you have a equals 1/2 bh, what would you move first? What would you do first?
Half b.
You said what?
Half b.
What about the half? Yes, so let's do the half first. How do we get the half on the other side? Remember, we don't divide by fractions. How do you get the 1/2 over? Which would be 2. Yes. So multiply both sides by 2. So then be 2a equals bh. Use your Quizzer view and calculator. And then you can divide by the b. Okay, so try it. Don't wait for me. Multiply both sides by 2 times 2. So you have 2a equals 2 and 1/2 cancel out, bh. Then divide by the b. So you get h equals 2a over b. And then for part B, it says use the rewritten formula to find the height of the triangle shown. So you would have 2a, which is 64.4, over the base. I don't know why I used lowercase b, or uppercase, it should be lowercase, 14. Okay, then you type that in your calculator. So you do not need to use a fraction button, just multiply and then divide. So 2 times 64 divided by 14, 9.2. $9.2 meters. All right, ready for the next one? Yes?
Okay, the equation for A, is there another equation that could be correct to get H?
Why? What did you have?
I had A over 1/2 times 14, and I got 9.2.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have like a fraction in a fraction like that, which is why we multiplied by 2 instead of dividing by 1/2.
Okay.
So it's not proper to have fractions in fractions. So either write it as, quote, improper, or so multiplying by the reciprocal will take care of that. All right. So number 2 says the perimeter P of a rectangle is given by the formula. Do you guys know the perimeter formula? P equals, how do you find the perimeter? Braylon?
L plus L plus W plus W, or 2L plus W2W.
Right. We're going to do 2L plus 2W. Solve the formula for W. Let's get W by itself. So step 1, subtract your 2L over. So you would do P minus 2L equals 2W. And then you would divide by the 2. I'm just going to divide the whole thing by 2 like that. And then in part B, you're going to use this formula to answer the question. They give you what the perimeter would be and what the length of the rectangle is. So P minus 2L over 2. So remember P minus 2L over 2. So it says perimeter is 19.2 minus 2 times the length, which is 7.2, divided by 2. Okay, a little calculator lesson for you. Watch how I type it in, and I want you to explain why this is going to be wrong. So 19.2 minus 2 times 7.2 divided by 2, because I see a lot of people try to do it this way. Why will that not give us the right answer?
Because you have to divide the whole thing by 2, not just the.
Right. So this is the calculator is gonna say 7.2 divided by 2. But we need this entire thing to be divided by 2. So you would either put it in parentheses, so 19.2 minus 2 times 7.2, and then an extra parentheses divided by 2. Or you would just figure out the numerator first. Which is 4.8, and then divide that by 2 separately, and then you get 2.4. So 2.4 feet. All right, number 3 is related to number 14 on your homework, which is why I told you to not do it yet, because we would be going over it today in class. It's not the same exact question, but it will help you. So it says the formula that relates the degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit is this. We've learned about that before. Find the degrees Fahrenheit when the Celsius is 24. So I don't want you to plug in 24 yet. We are going to put your calculators down. We're going to rearrange the formula for F first, because that's what it says to do in the homework. All right, in this case, we are not going to distribute the 5/9. Instead, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So times 9/5. Because if I distribute the 5/9, we're just getting more fractions, and we don't need that. So 9/5 C equals F minus 32. Then to solve for F, you just have to add the 32 over. So it would be F equals 9/5 C plus 32. After that, you can answer the question by plugging 24 in for C. So do 9/5 times 24 plus 32. And make sure you're doing the 24. Oh, I'm sorry. There's no parentheses. I don't know why I put parentheses. 9/5 times 24 plus 32. So you do 9/5 times 24, then add the 32. You don't need to use your fraction button. You guys could just do 9 divided by 5 times 24 like that, and then add 32. Get 75.2. If you don't want your answer to be in a fraction, then use the division sign instead of your fraction bar. All right, number 4. Area of a circular right is A equals 4 pi PW. Solve for P. How do we solve for P? What do we need to do? Carson,
Divide by 4.
just 4?
4 pi.
Just 4 pi?
4 pi b. Yeah. No, 4 pi.
4 pi W, because you're solving for P. So basically, you're just taking everything you don't need and you're putting it in the denominator over here. So P equals A over 4 pi W. Then it says, find P when the area is 905 square feet and width is 9. So you would do 905 divided by 4 pi times 9. Okay, so if you can either divide, but if you use a division, make sure you put the 4 pi times 9 in parentheses. Because once again, let me show you the wrong way to do it. You have 905 divided by 4. The pi button is with the underneath of the clear button. And you have to press the second button first to get to it. So if I do this without parentheses, then my calculator does 905 divided by 4, and then it multiplies by pi and 9. But I needed to divide by all of these numbers together, so I have to use parentheses. So 4 pi 9 in parentheses. You don't have to put the multiplication symbol because pi already has, like it's kind of like a variable, but it's not, so it already has multiplication implied. So 8 should be the correct answer. Or you could use your fraction button. In this case, your fraction button does give you a decimal because pi is irrational and it can't be written as a fraction anyways. So 905 fraction bar 4 pi 9. Okay, so these are two different ways to write it or type it in your calculator. Don't type it in like this, the first one I showed. So anyways, the answer is 8 feet. And number 5, given the equation negative 3y plus 15 plus y equals blah, 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 what steps do you need to complete first prior to using inverse operations to solve for the variable y? What do you need to do first? Noah?
Distribute.
Yes, we need to distribute. And then after that, you would combine your like terms. But you need to get the y out of parentheses. So you'd have negative 3y plus 15 plus y equals 6y plus, that's 108, minus 1/2 y. And then combine like terms. When you combine like terms that are on the same side, you don't do the opposite. Remember, you just do what's written. So negative 3y plus y is negative 2y plus 15. And then 6y minus 1/2 y, let's just write that as a decimal. So 5.5 y. 5.5. 5.5. Plus 108. Then when you move terms across the equal sign, that's when you have to do the opposite. So we're going to add the 2y over so that the y can be positive, and then subtract the 108 over. So 15 minus 108 is 93 equals 7.5y, and you would divide by 7.5. What'd you get? Alex.
12.4 equals y. Yay! It's in the video.
Yes. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. Thank you for catching that. I do mean negative 93.
Negative.
Talk to her.
What?
He tried to say talk to us.
No, he did not.
People 7 years from
What's
now.
talk to mean?
It's a podcast.
Talk to is a podcast.
Why'd you say it out
Everyone
loud?
7 years from now.
Just wants to be in the video.
Okay, Alex, forget it.
Okay.
Come here,
So next I would like you to turn your page over and close your eyes for a second. Okay, you can open them now.
I can still see it.
No, you can't.
But
Before I let you do the homework, I'd like you to do these problems. You're gonna do them with your table. I will give you answer choices for number 3 in just a second.
Are you going to pause?
Huh?
Why not stop?
No, because I'm going to. If somebody's watching, they can just skip, and I'm going to explain the OS.
Jarvis.
That's part of the notes.
I'm Popsicle and explain all our Yeah. Just divide.
You guys remember for when you get to number 2, anytime the variable that you're trying to solve for is being squared, what do we have to do in our last step? Square root it. Yes.
Pre-activity day.
I'm actually going to look at
Wait, don't we do the?
Okay, so what I got. That's
You even see what I did to Gamble?
I got number 1, I think. Stop the alpha.
Honestly, that's $100. I'd rather just take it.
They can see your email address.
They can also see it if they go to the YouTube, right?
Do we do 3?
I don't know.
I did send that.
Yes, we'll do 4 for now because.
Why are they called wizards? Okay, so